So the question is, does size really matter when it comes to having a YouTube channel? Get your mind out of the gutter if you were thinking anything else. Well, recently I received a comment from a video that I created that talked about chasing money versus chasing impact. And it was a great video, and I got a really great response from it. Although someone did respond and said, Scott, I would take your advice if you were a bigger YouTuber. But because you don't have a lot of subscribers, it's kind of cringy. Those were their words, by the way, which I don't understand why it would be cringy. But I wanted to address it because I think a lot of people think that you have to have a big audience to be successful, but also you don't necessarily really know if that person has success in other areas, depending on what you are coming to that channel for. So let's go ahead and sit down here and let's talk about this, because I think this is really, really important for a lot of people that are just starting. And I want to give a little bit of backstory here. So number one, if someone comes to your channel, like this channel here, Live Video School, at the time of recording this, we're at like 2,700 subscribers. So you might look at that and go like, well, Scott, it's not that successful of a channel, so why would I take advice from a channel like that? And I would tell you, well, number one, I have another channel that is pretty successful. We're just under 100,000 subscribers. But the other thing that I would say is, like, forget about that for a second. That business has done 7 figures, and that business is, doing several $1,000s a month. And just forget about that one for a minute. I want to share with you how a channel that I started about 15 years ago went on to produce over 6 figures a year, a full-time income, by the way, for like 8 years in a row. And we started that with just 1,000 subscribers, but we built that channel to about 16,000 subscribers. And that was in the photography niche. If you want to go look up that channel, by the way, it's called New Portrait Biz. I don't run it anymore. It just kind of sits there. But that channel produced 6 figures a year, basically for 8 years in a row, from a small audience. And the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because sometimes people get the idea that you have to have this big audience, and you don't. You really, truly don't. And I don't think that people should be trying to strive for, I gotta get 1 million subscribers. Because in reality, if you just get your true 1,000 fans, which there's a great blog post out there, I'll link it up in the description, and that right there will change your perspective on how big of a subscriber base you have to have. Now, I understand having subscribers gives you some clout. It allows people to go, oh, people are paying attention to them, so they must know what they're talking about. And I could come on here and say right in the beginning, hey, my name is Scott Volker. I run a very successful YouTube channel. This channel is where I'm documenting what we're doing over there, and that has done 7 figures plus. Like, I could do all that, but I also don't want to come across as though I'm bragging, all right? I've been at this game a long time, a very long time, and I've done a lot of what I've done through YouTube with very small audiences. My very first product launch, and I talked about this on this channel, and I shared that story, but I'll share it again here briefly, is that I had 1,000 subscribers, probably less than that. It was like 900 and something. And I had an email list of just under 1,000 people. And that allowed me to launch my first digital course. We're talking 13, 14 years ago. And it ended up doing $12,500 in 3 days from a very small audience, okay? And so I want you to realize you don't have to have this massive following to be successful, okay? Now, is it nice to have numbers? Is it vanity metrics? Yeah, it kind of is, right? It gives you clout. Like that person that left that comment, they're thinking to themselves like, why am I gonna listen to this guy? This guy's just learning how to build a channel himself. But in reality, I've been doing this a long time. This just happens to be a new channel that my son and I are doing together to teach what I have learned through the last 14 years of creating videos and posting them online and building online businesses. The difference really is, and again, without sounding like I'm bragging, because I'm not the bragging type. A lot of times I don't say a lot of things that I've done in the past because I don't want to come across that way. But I've learned a lot through the business ventures that I've went in, and I've had a lot of success. But with that, I also want people to realize you don't have to be super uber successful to get started and to build something that is successful in today's day and age. So again, the reason why I'm sharing this is it doesn't matter the size of your list, of your subscriber base. It really truly doesn't. But what does matter is the relationship you build with those subscribers. And if you get those subscribers, if there's a way for you to get those people on an email list, which we're going to be doing videos on that here on this channel. So if you haven't yet subscribed, this will be my little call to action to you to make sure you subscribe to the channel. Because again, this channel for us is for me documenting and sharing what I've learned in the last 14, almost 15 years of posting videos. So if you are new to this channel and you're wondering, why is this person giving YouTube advice? They don't have 1 million followers. Well, just realize I've been at this a long time, done multiple 7 figures online, supported my family through online business, selling courses, selling digital products, physical products, selling on Amazon, selling on Etsy. Like, I've done a lot, built and sold businesses, but I don't also want to come across as though I'm convincing you that and bragging that I'm this uber successful online person. Because some people would look at what I've done and they're like, oh, that's nothing. But some people would look at it and be like, wow, that's amazing. Like, you've been able to support your family for the last 15 years just from being online? And the answer is yes, I have. And not from a massive audience. Even our audience over on Brand Creators, people would look at that, some people, and go, oh, you're not even at 100,000 subscribers yet. You're at 97,000. And you know what? Yeah, you could look at that and go, sure, people have 2 million followers. But also, if you pay attention, this is something to look at. If you look at your people that you look up to, and they have a lot of followers, let's say they have 2 million people that are subscribed to their channel, look at how many views they're getting per video. That'll tell you how engaged the audience is. And I think you'll be shocked. There's a lot of channels that have 2 million followers and they're only getting 5,000 views per video. And that's not that great. All right, so I would rather have small, but yet very, very engaged and loyal audiences. So I just wanted to share this with you. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. If you do want to hear a little bit more on the backstory of the, how I was able to use YouTube to build my first online business that allowed me to leave my job, you can go right there. I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen. You can watch that video next. And if you do, guess what? I'll see you there.